get in even at midday. It is the last final flag running here, the 59th year at the National Championship Air Races, and we have crowds galore. I mean, it's sold out.
When that became known, everyone knew that this was their last chance to see this event in Reno, and of course they acted accordingly. So many have made their way to Reno on this weekend, and for good reason. What a memory it will make for these folks, and what a tribute to 6 decades of excellence here.
What we were so excited to hear yesterday from our chairman, Fred Telling, was that racing will continue and yet to be determined in the location. But we were excited to hear that America is not done with their racing. It'll just move to somewhere else.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that chapter 2 being written as we close out the final chapter here in Reno this week. And the final flag, of course, be tomorrow.
1-5, can you bring it up? Forward, 5-1, line abreast. 0 back a little bit. Four racers, you have a race.
There we go, Tommy. You see the pace plane pulling up. We are underway in cockpit live shot on the right, and there come the racers on your left, right into your living room. Jeff Lavelle, our pole sitter, was the first aircraft by the white race 39. You can see our aircraft as they head to the far northern portion of our large 8-mile course. Andrew Finlay, race 30, number 2 there, far to the right. Those are the 2 aircraft you see centered up there as they make their way to the Valley of Speed. You'll see on the right what it looks like to be in this aircraft at 400 miles an hour. And he's following this gentleman. This is Jeff Lavelle in race 39. This is 3rd and 4th, Tommy. You see the red tipped wing airplane of Tom McNerney in race 4, following the Stephen Van Hatten and Mojo race 3. A lot of good competition there. Again, you got to pass on the outside here in closed course pylon racing.
These 2 qualified at exactly the same speed.
It looks like we're seeing that here.
Yeah.
Very well matched. This is going to come down to skill and strategy for these 2. Great race we see coming at you here in the guide pylon. McNerney sizing up Van Hatten. Here he takes a little bit of a higher line as he comes around the pylons on the far western end. Back to our leader, there is Jeff Lavelle coming back to the home pylon.
Ready to start lap number 3 already. Back to Van Hatten and McNerney, 3 and 4. Running 3rd and 4th.
Running 3rd and 4th, and we continue to see Van Hatten holding him off, but McNerney's definitely right in his trunk. He's hanging in there with him. Here's your leader again. Race 39, Lavelle. Race for 3rd and 4th continues to be a great one. And we watch in 2nd place on the inset, Andrew Finlay in race 30. Battle for 3rd and 4th again. Looks like Van Hatten's continuing to maybe spread it out just a little bit. They're settling into a very evenly matched where McNerney was kind of pushing up on him, but I think they've kind of settled in here to 3rd and 4th. Andrew Finley just smooth on the right side as we watch what it looks like at 50 feet over the desert, 400 miles an hour.
With our leader there, Jeff Lavelle. Pretty good cushion against Andrew Finley as it stands right now. Sometimes you see these two and they'll be neck and neck. That is not the case at this point in this race.
Lavelle here coming around pylons 6 as he heads into the Valley of Speed and accelerate that aircraft and head back towards the home pylon.
Pretty good lead over Finley. We can't even pick up Finley yet in a shot that wide, so he has really carved out a big lead at this point. And there we saw him right just a moment ago, so about 4 seconds behind.
And there comes our leader past the home pylon, headed back to number 1. Going to head back into the foothills. You see on the inset, Andrew Finley just a little bit behind in second place. Things have kind of seemed to settle in a little bit. Tommy, here's 3rd and 4th again. We got Van Hatten on the right side of your screen with the red circle. On the red wingtips behind is Tom McNerney in Too Much, race number 4. McNerney seems to have found a little bit again where he's able to sneak back up there again. So the race within the race continues, Tommy.
Sean can't shake him. Not yet, that's for sure. We're running out of laps here.
We are. We're already on lap 5, and unfortunately for McNerney, he's got to take the long way around to get past him. Call on the radio. That's our leader coming past the home pylon just to start his final lap. You see him there on the screen now as he comes around pylons 1 and 2.
I'll be nicer, Brett.
Race traffic.
Yeah, that's him coming by the Guardian Angel, Matt Ramsey, in race 777. Just got lapped by our leader, Jeff Lavelle.
He is moving.
Yeah, he is. He just went past Matthias Hyde, our defending champion, as well. Almost like he was standing still. Our leader's headed down into the Valley of Speed one last time here, Tommy, as he makes his way back towards the anticipated checkered flag here. Tommy, here we come. One last turn, one final pylon, roll wings level. Keep the throttle up. Here it is. Checkered flag. Unofficial winner, Jeff Lavelle. There is Finley. You see the guide pylon out the window. And he now is unofficially in second place, finishing the race, pulling up off the course. We still have a battle for 3rd and 4th right behind them. And here it is there on the screen. One last chance for McNerney. Race 4 with the red wingtips. Trying to get around Sean Van Hatten. This is the last chance, Tommy. I'm not sure he's got enough time. He's giving it all he's got. He's got some altitude. My guess is he'll come around this corner, the last turn, pylons 8 and 9, and then he's going to put the nose down and see if he can get any speed built up as these two race towards the home pylon and the checkered flag. He's moving. He's coming up.
Hold on. Hold on.
Wings level. Here we go. Oh, man, that was close.
That's a hard one to call right there.
That is, unofficially. Wow. It looked like Van Hatten might have still been out front, but we're going to have to go back and take a look at that. The race officials will. We know for sure unofficially they're 3rd and 4th. The who's who yet to be determined.
They're at the same altitude. It's easier to call. We got one way up there above. It's a hard call. One for the judges, I'd say, Ron.
Absolutely. Here's a great look out of Andrew Finley as he's cooling down that engine that's been working so hard in race 30. One moment, his aircraft. Let's go back and look at the start here, Tom, and see how it all shook out. We see him coming down the slot here. You see Lavelle on the far left of your screen, Finley right beside him, and there is Lavelle right in your living room as he comes around the guide pylon for the first time. Still building speed, not quite at 400 miles an hour yet, but by the time he makes it around, he is. And then here was the battle, the race within the race the entire time. Third and fourth, Sean Van Hatten there with in the fourth time catching the 39, Jeff Lavelle out front.
All let out him. Of course, these two qualified both. Van Hatten and McNerney at 348 miles an hour, and it showed all the way through this race. They were at each other.
We saw the leader lapping traffic there a second ago, but here we see the as they make their way towards the final lap on the way around. Another great shot from inside, but here is Jeff Lavelle, race 39, making his way back around one last time as he comes down. The battle within the battle, so we came towards the end. You saw the strategy from race 4, McNerney. He tried to get some altitude around these final two pylons as they make their way on the last lap. Lavelle out front completing the white flag lap here, comes to the checkered flag, your unofficial winner. And then here was the too close to call finish. Oof. Between those two, look at that. Our camera angle's a little bit off. It's not exactly lined up, so it's really hard to tell. But I'm telling you, race 4 was moving. Wow. I don't know, Tommy. We're going to have to wait and see. I think, like we said, we know they're third and fourth. We just don't know which one's which.
We can give you some results. These are totally unofficial, though. The officials have not ruled on that finish right there, but it's pretty safe to say that Jeff Lavelle, barring any sort of disqualifications, is going to be your winner there yet again for the third time this week, race 39 for Jeff Lavelle. Andrew Finlay in second place, hanging in there with one moment. Sean Van Hatten or Tom McNerney, we don't know. We're going to say Van Hatten third place, McNerney fourth for now, but that is subject to revision. Matthias Haid there, Class Thunder 1 in fifth place. Matt Ramsey, race 7, 7, and 6. Conrad Huffstetler in Breathless, race 5 and 7th place. And Vicky Vincing, Lucky Girl, race 15 in 8th place. Sport, Gold Heat 3A.